What's up, Bulldogs? All right, today I'm going to answer the question that I have been asked perhaps the most times. I've answered this before, but I'll answer it again, and I'll probably answer it again in the future because it is such an important one. I got this email, and he says, "Hello, John. I really appreciate the renewed focus on the old style Bulldog Mindset channel. You have been a great inspiration for many years to my own personal growth. Thank you for that. One thing that I know you have covered many times in the past, but would be great to cover again, especially for the newer Bulldogs, is dealing with overwhelm and how to divide your time and energy when you have so much you want to get done. We all have so many goals: wealth, mindset, fitness, social, you name it. How do we make progress and focus on one, but not neglect the others? Thanks." I'll give you a general idea. First of all, let's talk about the ideal scenario, how you can make the most progress in life and how you can have the most success in anything that you do. And that is through a singular focus. There's a really good book on this called The One Thing by Gary Keller. And then there's Essentialism by Greg McKeown, I think. But essentially, this is the thing to think about, right? So let's imagine that you were going to write a book. What would be the most effective way to do this in the shortest period of time? It would probably be to go and rent a cabin in the woods somewhere with no internet access and just bring your laptop and a few reference materials and have nothing else to do. All you could do is write. And so if you did that for a month or a couple months, you'd probably produce your best work and you'd have no distractions. You'd be focused on that. Now, that's ideal, but it's not possible in our lives, right? So you've got many goals. How do you balance this? How do you focus? Well, I have a thing I call the GAP framework. Goal Aspiration Process. I don't have time in this video to go over the whole thing. It is in the membership. If you haven't joined the membership, click the link down below. You can see a more detailed explanation of this. But essentially what this is it's a way of setting goals that are really, really specific, that are in a 3-month time frame, and it's the focus that you focus on. You don't do multiple things. You have one GAP project that you're working on. And the general strategy of this is that, yes, you have different areas that you want to level up in life, and your wealth and your mindset, fitness, and social. But I want you to pick out of those areas. I want you to pick one thing, one tangible thing that you'd like to accomplish that moves you further in a direction that you want to be in life. That might be getting a better job. It might be making your first $1,000 in a business. It might be getting a girlfriend, or even just getting laid, or getting a phone number. It might be getting down to 10% body fat, or being able to bench press 225 pounds. Very, very specific things. And instead of worrying about all of the things, just knock one of these things out. If you did this every 3 months of your life, do you know how far you would be in 5 years? You could be a multimillionaire. I know it because I became a multimillionaire within a 5-year time span. And it doesn't mean that you can't do any of the other things, right? So for instance, now my big goal is to produce and market my new offer to programmers, which is to help them go from mid-level to senior level developer. And I want to be successful in building out that business. So that's my main focus. And every day I devote a certain amount of time, majority of my time, to that focus. But I'm also creating some YouTube videos on this channel, right? I also have the Bulldog Mindset membership, which I'm maintaining. I also run and go to the gym and do those things, but I'm not trying to make super large advancements in those areas. I don't have big goals. Those are kind of on maintenance mode, right? So you've probably heard me talk about this before, that you have to have one main focus and put the other stuff in maintenance mode. And the thing about this also is the less stuff that you can have, the better it is, because less stuff that you have to maintain. The more stuff you have to maintain, the less time that you have and the more split your focus is. If I could do life all over again, I would pick one specific focus and not add a lot of things to my plate that have to be maintained. And when I did things, I would do them right the first time. How much time did I spend in building my physique and getting to my fitness goals because I was not taking it as seriously as I could have, as I should have? If I were starting out and I were young today, I would set some goals around my physique and I would be strict on the diet. I would spend extra time and effort, not focus on other things, but just focus on that one thing, achieving those goals in a much quicker time frame by putting all my energy and effort into that and not messing around, because you can waste a lot of time messing around. How many goals do you have right now that you've been aiming for a very long time and you've made some progress on them, but you haven't really made a lot? Instead, trying to do all these things in parallel. I know it's hard. It's hard to cut things out, but you need to ruthlessly cut, just like my editor does on these videos. He's a good guy. You know, it's like I can't cut my own videos, but he can do it. He cuts the stuff out and makes these videos shorter and more concise and better for you guys. So if you want some help becoming a better man and accomplishing all these things, wealth, mindset, fitness, social, you've got goals around them. I've got lessons, 200 of them. Bulldog Mindset membership. Click the link down below, and I will see you tomorrow.